Welcome to Dr. So What's Guide to the 100 Facts exercise. What is the 100 Facts exercise? This is a tool that helps you gain familiarity with a situation, a company, an event, or an opportunity. And it's based on the simple idea of gathering 100 facts about that particular situation. So how do you create the 100 facts? How do you go about doing it? First, you consult a wide variety of resources. For example, websites, books, magazines, personal interviews. We're not concerned at this point with evaluation. It's simply like written brainstorming. Quantity trumps quality. You also want to include the source for each fact so you can refer to it at a later point. For example, let's assume that you are tasked with doing a case study for Apple Computer, and you've collected some facts. I have a quote from a book I read, from Good Strategy, Bad Strategy. I've collected a fact that Apple has sold over 1 million iPhones in 113 countries, from Fast Company magazine. I've interviewed a friend of mine. One of them said, "I'd rather give away my car than my iPhone." And something about Delta Airlines, that they've started testing replacing printed onboard manuals and other information with iPads. And that's from a website, appleinsider.com. The next step is I organize these facts into useful categories, and I list that in column 1 of a 3-column chart. So what you do is you look at the facts that you've collected and you look at commonalities in terms of categories that they represent. For example, are there facts about the history of Apple? Are there facts about the financial status or the marketing status or the strategy about Apple? And what we have in the following slide is a sample of how we've categorized this. Several on iPhones and one on the corporate strategy. The next step, step 3, now I evaluate. I rate the credibility and the utility of each fact in columns 2 and 3. I evaluate them because not all information is created equally. So as we continue on the next slide, you see columns 2 and 3, I have credibility, and in this case I'm asking myself, how reputable are the sources? And for utility is, how useful is this to my task at hand? So I have high, medium, and low. Many of these are rated high in my mind. So what? So what that I've done the 100 facts? What are the implications of this exercise? One implication is that it cultivates awareness of underlying patterns. It also helps you detect gaps in your knowledge. For example, after you've categorized, it might reveal that there's some categories that are not represented very heavily. It might mean that I need to investigate this particular area a bit further. It also helps me eliminate stupid mistakes that might have embarrassing consequences, such as a team that recommended installing a loudspeaker system in a paper mill as their primary communication tool. Why was that a stupid mistake that had embarrassing consequences? Well, because the employees all wore earplugs for safety reasons, because the decibel level of the machines was too high. You now know how to complete the exercise, and you can now use the 100 facts to conduct further analyses. And just remember, ask so what at least 3 times a day.